Hello my beautiful Scorpio, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading. It's for you my gorgeous Scorpio, and of course it's for April 2019. It is all about you. It is all about your journey. It is all about your spiritual journey. It is all about your spirituality. It is all about you and all about your life getting to the point where you're going to need to make a really, really big decision. And this is going to happen in April, and it's going to happen out of the blue. And this is going to happen because there is a very important spiritual unfoldment moment that you are going to have. And it is going to be very strongly connected with a point in your life that started with the 7 months that you just didn't know what to do. You weren't too sure which direction to take. It's something happened that shaking you up a little bit on your spiritual journey. Something didn't go towards the way you planned. Something kind of became a little bit stale. It is all about this additional energy that kind of stayed behind, that is just still kind of pushing us, bringing us back, because the spiritual journey with that particular situation in your life didn't come to an end. And now April is going to be really important because that karmic situation, which was rather heavy, is about to come to an end. This is the reason why you felt maybe a little bit low in the last 7 months. This is the reason why you maybe felt a little bit negative more than you normally do in the last 7 months. And most of all, this is the reason why maybe you couldn't kind of see and sense certain things around you, which kind of blocked you, which kind of blocked your energy, which kind of blocked your third psychic eye, and it kind of prevented you to connect to the certain things in your future, in your immediate future, that can actually work like a really wonderful channel for you, to channel your energy, to channel your vibration towards, and to keep your optimism on top. Now there is going to be a really amazing situation that you are going to have, and that amazing situation is just going to come in the form of your own amazing turning point that you are going to have, because this wheel of fortune as we speak is traveling towards you, my babies. Come closer, let it hit you, let this turning point hit you, let this wheel of fortune hit you, and you will see what is going to happen. It is going to be brilliant because it's going to happen on the day in April, or on the actual day, where the day is actually going to be quite weird. It's going to be really strange, and this is going to be the day when you're going to kind of feel a very strong connection with your spirit guides, very strong connection with the universe, very strong connection with with your own spirituality. And that this is going to be a weird day. It's going to be weird from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep, but it's going to be quite wonderful at the same time, because there are going to be so many things that are going to be revealed to you, but one thing in particular, and this is going to be strong, and this is going to be powerful, because it's so much to do with you. It's so much to do with your emotions, it's so much to do with your happiness, and it's also so much to do with those things in your life that have been making you really, really unhappy for the last 7 months. It's going to be like a really nice boom that you're going to have, and that boom that you're going to have this month is going to be literally life-changing. It is all about the number 17 that you have this month, 17. This is highly powerful, this is highly angelic, this is highly spiritual. And what is going to happen is going to be followed by you having your omen that you are going to have this month, that is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. And that omen again is going to happen in the form of it's going to happen at the right time. It's going to happen in that weird day that you are going to have, and it's also going to be connected to the little bird. It's going to be important the color of the bird, it's going to be important the meaning of the bird, it's going to be important like what the bird was doing, and it's going to be important where have you seen this bird. It's going to be important like the meaning of this bird, symbolic meaning of the bird, and put all this together like in one big circle, and just kind of put it together with what you were thinking about the time, what you were focusing about the time, and see the wonderful meaning of this bird that you are going to have, and what this is going to mean. And this day, the wonderful thing about April is that this day is going to happen, can happen at any single day throughout April. So watch for the sign. And what else is going to happen? It is going to be the whole new hope and inspiration, and the bright prospect is going to come through. The bright prospect that is going to come through, it's going to be your new turning point, your new starting point, and it's going to be so brilliant because at the same time, it is going to be your own purification. It is going to make you feel a very, very like a creative, and it's also going to be your own wake-up call. It's going to be so much to do with your grounding, and the whole new passion is going to come through. The whole new passion is going to come forward, and that passion is going to become your energy, and that energy is going to become everything about you, and that in itself is just going to become very strong force. Therefore, please, my babies, this is going to be the month of changes. Please don't take my words just like, oh yeah, whatever. No, my babies. Whatever you wanted to do, just go for it. Go with this energy. Go with this flow. If you want to do any changes in your life, you wanted to focus on changes in your life, now this is going to be absolutely the right time, because there is the light at the end of the tunnel that you never thought is going to have a light. The light is going to start shining really brightly, the brightest so far. So that's why I'm saying it's so important. What does that mean? That there's going to be the certain element of surprise that is going to be connected to this particular situation, and that element of surprise is going to be the new starting point for you. I can't explain how important this month is actually going to be. Now, my babies, when it comes to the actual energy, now this is the time of your awakening. This is the time of your reawakening. So when it comes to your health, this is actually going to be a good month because the energy is going to be back. You know, you're going to feel very deep, like emotionally, but deep in a good way. You're always deep. You're very deep sign indeed. You have so much deep energy around you. You have so much powerful energy around you. But this is going to be the month of thinking, like a deep thinking, but it's going to be good deep thinking. But on another hand, the energy levels are going to be absolutely brilliant. So the combination of these two are going to be absolutely mind-blowing. And what else I was going to say is just so important to flush out the toxins out of the body. And I'm going to say to you as well, it's very important for you to take also to do this, to de-alkalize your body, and to get rid of the negative energy out of your body and negative, like certain toxins and things like that. It is going to be very important for you as well to drink once per week. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 weeks in 1 month. So once per week, not every day, but once a week. Like let's say every Monday morning, if you could have like a glass of water, you take just a little glass, you fill it up with the water, you take an organic unwaxed lemon. An organic unwaxed lemon. If you can't get organic, then at least try to get unwaxed. And then you just squeeze a lemon, you put the lemon in that water, then you take a little spoon and you put just in the third of the little teaspoon, you put like a bicarbonate of soda, okay? And that needs to be absolutely organic without any unnecessary ingredients like anti-caking agents and all this rubbish that they put in. Please don't just get any bicarbonate of soda. It needs to be 100% like pure. So what you do, then you take like on the third of the spoon, you put bicarbonate of soda, you mix it up nicely like this, and it's all foamy, it gets all foamy, and then you drink it really quickly. And now this is so important, this is so good for you, and it's so important to get rid of the toxins. And I think this is going to be very significant and very good for you because it's going to help you, make you feel so much better. As you're drinking, and just think like how many, negativity and negative like like toxins and things like that, this is actually going to get rid of. This is very important, and that in itself is going to be very significant. If you could take like a one strong dose of vitamin C every single morning throughout April, would be fantastic. Strong dose of vitamin C, I would recommend at around 1000 milligrams for sure. But if you're on any other medications, please try to talk to your doctor or your GP or if you are pregnant or breastfeeding, especially like when it comes to vitamin C, because only your doctor or GP can tell you actually whether this is going to interact with your medications or not. But the vitamin C is something that you're going to be benefit from quite a lot, because cold and flu symptoms, you're still going to be quite strong, like a cold and flu symptoms here when it comes to this. So you can like kind of use this vitamin C for that as well. But in general, it's quite good to take. Actually, you're going to be benefit from it quite nicely. Okay, so now my babies going on the first important date that I need you to pay attention to. It's actually going to be on the 4th of April. Now the 4th of April, there is going to be the good news that you're going to receive, the good news that you are going to have from someone, about someone who means to you quite a lot. And it's all going to be about a certain like some kind of motivation and some kind of like basically some kind of really powerful influence. Influence is really good in our lives. Influence happen in our lives with those people, through those people who we feel very strongly connected to, with the right people that we feel strongly connected to, especially when it comes to April, because influence can be a bad influence, but this influence is going to be really a good influence because it's very strongly connected to you and to your spiritual journey indeed. So there's a powerful motivation going to come through the certain person that you think it's really successful, that it's very nice, and that in itself is going to give you a wonderful realization, and that in itself it's also going to kind of give you an idea what to do when it comes to the certain situation involving your home, when it comes to the certain situation involving your immediate home, immediate family members, and there is a big change that you're gonna kind of start feeling very closely connected to, and that big change is gonna come through the motivation from this particular person. And that's really significant because at the end of the day, this is going to be something that you wanted to do in a really long time, but this is also going to be an important day because it's going to be at the same time really powerful stepping stone. It is the whole new dimension that is going to be revealed to you after this moment, after this point, and there is a wonderful surge of energy that you're going to have, and this is going to be your sign that you're on the right track, you're on the right journey indeed. The second important date that I need you to pay attention to is of course going to be 6th of April. Now the 6th of April is just like ooh la la, it is a really wonderful success that you're going to have. This is your day, this is your time of success, this is your time of gain, this is your time of advantage, and this is your time of victory as well. There's a really powerful negotiation that I'm seeing you having here, and that powerful negotiation is going to become very significant later on, especially when it comes to July 2019. There is going to be a strong connection that whatever you negotiate here, this is going to bounce back and it's going to be like, hello, you're going to like it indeed. On another hand, if you do kind of need to have a certain negotiation and you don't know which day to choose, which day to use, which day to try, which day to do it, then do it on the 6th of April, because 6th of April is going to be brilliant, because if you go with this energy flow, if you do this wonderful vibration that is just only going to bring you so much more than it would normally bring, then of course do it on the 6th of April. This is something that I would highly suggest, because there is the whole new balance and whole new force that you are going to have, and that new balance and force, it means that you will be very victorious. This is going to be the time of your victory, because it's all about your balance, all about your harmony, all about your firmness indeed. And you're going to feel, by the end of the day, really good. You're going to feel really wonderful. There are 3 particular things in your life that you are going to be paying attention to, and these three particular things in your life are also going to need your attention. So try to think what is on your mind, what 3 things in your life are going to need to have your attention, because this is also going to be an important day. So if you don't know what to do, if you don't know what these things are, it's like, oh yeah, pay 3 things, before you go to sleep, my babies, I will tell you, before you go to sleep, just like basically try to connect with your spirit guides, try to connect with your angels, and just ask a certain question, just ask what this is if you're unsure what this is, and you will get your answers, while you're sleeping. You may remember, you may not remember. Most likely you're not going to remember that night, but what's going to happen later on throughout the day, you will see an unfoldment of the spiritual message that has been left for you, to you, while you were sleeping. So you can always connect and reconnect with your spirit guides and try to find out the answer to your question. Okay, now another thing that I was going to say, it seems to be like lots of signs are going to be very strongly spiritually connected, and lots of signs are going to have like a 3rd psychic eye enhanced this month indeed, which is wonderful, but sometimes can make things a little bit more confusing, because we end up having all this information and we're not too sure sometimes which information is the right thing to do. Just like, looking 5 people, look at the 5 people, they're all five people are really, really nice, for example, so it's just like a choice of things that may become a little bit confusing. So that's why I would highly recommend to get a lapis lazuli, and something that I think that you should wear throughout April and May 2019. And this lapis lazuli is also known as the stone of an ancient Egypt. What it does, it enhances your 3rd psychic eye, but it helps you to stay on the track, and it helps you to pick and choose the right spiritual messages, to recognize them amongst other messages. It's just very important, where at the same time it helps you to protect yourself, and it helps you to be spiritually grounded, and also at the same same time, it helps you to connect your dreams and to remember your dreams more. This comes with the sterling silver setting and the sterling silver chain, and the link is in the description below if you would like to buy it, and you also at the same time you're supporting my channel by doing this. Okay, so this is something that I highly recommend. So the third date that I would like to recommend to you, my beautiful Scorpios, it's going to be the 24th of April. Now the 24th of April, it is all going to be about a reconnection with a certain person that is just going to bring you the beautiful satisfaction into your life, a beautiful accomplishment into your life, and you will realize that, you know, you can have all the success in the world, you can have all the power in the world, you can have all the love in the world, you can have all the success in the world, all the, you know, everything you want to have in the world, but you need to be happy. You need to be happy with yourself, you need to be happy within yourself, and you need to be surrounded with the people who mean to you a lot, and you need to be surrounded with the people that make you feel good about yourself. Don't be surrounded with the people that are negative. Don't be surrounded with the people that have a low vibration. Don't be surrounded with the people that are having a low energy that is just reflecting on you quite a lot, because you're like a sponge when it comes to energy. You're like so powerful, but you're also very, very much so able to absorb so much energy around you. It just goes both ways. So there's a very important realization that you are going to have about a certain relationship, and also you will want to connect and reconnect with the people here. This is really good because that is all about your transition. It is all about change. And 24, by the end of the day, on the 24th, you will realize exactly which stage of your life will need to come to an end. You will realize exactly what is bringing you down and what is making you feel negative, and you will realize exactly what part of your life kind of had an effect on you in order that affected your social relationships. And that's just so important, because I'm talking about the real people in your life. I'm talking about the real, you know, people in your life, not just any people, you know. And that in itself is just going to be the time of your sacrifice. There is a very important sacrifice that you are going to have here, and that in itself is going to bring you realization about the readjustment, and readjustment is going to lead towards your own regeneration and rebirth. This is a very, very important month, my babies, and I don't even know how to express how important this time for you is going to be. Absolutely brilliant. You're going to be able to start feeling it. You're going to be able to start feeling your energy. You're going to be able to start feeling happiness where there is. I'm not saying you weren't able to feel it before, but I'm just saying there was like certain cloudness around you that was preventing you to like kind of connect to the things that are beyond, that gives us like a vavavoom energy, you know, for the future, and that motivates us in so many different ways. Okay, now my babies, now going on the first part of April 2019. Now my babies, the very first day of April is going to make you feel like really horrible. No, I'm joking. No, it's going to make you feel really awful. No, the very first day of April is going to make you feel really overwhelming. There's an overwhelming emotion that you are going to have, a little bit of excess energy that you are going to have, a little bit of extra energy that you are going to have, and that little excess of energy that you are going to have is going to make you feel like a little bit like uneasy, but not in a bad way, not in a horrible way, but it's just going to make you feel like you had too much coffee. It's going to make you feel like you had too much coffee. And this is going to be because of the balance of the energies are going to have a certain readjustment in this particular day. And what's going to happen when you have this certain readjustment, it leads towards an overwhelming emotion, because you will feel optimistic, more optimistic than anything else. So therefore you will feel excitement. So that in itself is going to give you a really wonderful idea about a certain possession. Something is going to become very important about the possession, and it's also going to be very important about your passion about that possession, and what do you need to do next in order to kind of like put your input. You will need to put input here in order to kind of like move on with your life, because you are the only one who will be able to do this. No one else can do this for you. You can only do this for yourself. But you will be very smart, you will be very clever, and you will feel very, very sharp. Okay, there's something, you know, nostalgic, very strong nostalgic feeling with the past that you are going to have. So this is when you're going to start feeling that reconnection, you know, with the people. And do it. Whoever comes to your mind that you want to reconnect with, like an old friend or old family member or something like that you haven't seen in a long time, please do it. I'm saying this so many times, like every single month, that this life, you know, we are just the passengers on this earth. We don't stay here forever. We don't live too long. You know, life goes like this. But this is just because this is just part of the huge picture This is just a little part of the massive big picture of our spiritual journey. We come here to learn. It's like a school, it's like a theater. We learn, we come here to learn, and it all depends on our spiritual journey. It all depends on what we need to learn. It all depends on our particular karma. This is all part of the really, really big picture. So the nostalgia that you are going to feel here is just going to kind of let you know, in particular, there's a certain person in your life that you're going to need to reconnect with. The certain person in your life. Who is this? Okay, there is a certain person in your life that you're going to need to reconnect with, and this is very, very important indeed. Later on, you will see why. Okay, watch this space. Now, what else I was going to say, that the beginning of April, it's also going to bring a financial opportunities. My babies, this financial opportunity is really important because it's very much I might as well talk like that. No. Okay, there is a financial opportunity that you are going to have here, and that financial opportunity is just going to be so tremendously important to you and to your life, because it's just going to have so much to do with your own liberation as well. You get me? With your own liberation. This is also, again, part of the big picture. Little things that seem like a little things, but they're part of the big picture. They're really deep and they're really significant. Financial opportunity indeed. And that financial opportunity is just going to be the beginning of something really important, beginning of something really big, the beginning of something really significant in your life. And that in itself is just going to make you celebrate. Be open-minded. Do not have a fear. You do not need to have a fear from anything. You're so powerful. Your energy is ridiculously strong, ridiculously powerful. What you can do, it's amazing with your energy without even saying anything, you know. And this is all about directing and redirecting your energy towards the right way. There's something very important about the Bobby Bone here, and that is going to lead towards you making the right decision, because you're going to need to make a certain decision, but there is going to be celebration. You will feel like you want to celebrate. That in itself is just going to make a certain obstacle, problem, massive problem to come to an end, because with one thing you're just going to sort out so many. It's like a domino effect. Absolutely beautiful. The whole new healing is going to come through this time, and you will want to you will feel like you want to celebrate with people, and that's exactly what you should do. And there is also going to be a very important realization about your skill. This is all about you. This is all about you, what you do. This is all about the important realization about yourself. This is about the important realization about your skill, and this is all about the important realization of looking at the big picture of your life. It's all about the readjustment and rebirth, and you wanted to celebrating this indeed. There is going to be a very important reconnection that you are going to have with somebody very special, okay, in your life. Okay, the second important, the second part of April 2019, it is just where you actually had a lack of direction, where you had a lack of direction within the last 8 months. Now, there is a certain success that is going to come through this, and that success that is going to come through this is going to come in the form of like monetary things, and is in the form of a certain reward. Now, this reward is going to like a little bit surprise you, but it's going to be quite good, but it's all going to lead towards your own practicality and security. So you're going to become something very important is going to become available here to you. A very important option about your practical security and financial situation is finally going to kind of like something is going to become available to you, and it's just purely from your financial situation, purely from your financial security indeed. And because it's going to make you realize that you've got more than you need. You've got everything in order to move on with your life, and that in itself is just going to put a big smile on your face, and that in itself is just going to have an enlightening effect on you indeed, which is just going to make you feel like you're ready for anything. And which means, on another hand, that mid-April, whatever you want to try first, first, like whatever you want to do and that you haven't got experience, whatever you want to do that you find it as a bit of a challenge, whatever you want to do, like if you want to go for the job, if you want to talk to someone, if you want to do something that you haven't got the confidence, just do it. You are ready for everything here, ready for anything, and that's the very strong energy, that's a very strong power, which means that there is something very important option going to be flying around you like a little butterfly, and I hope you're going to notice it. This butterfly is going to be almost transparent, beautiful little butterfly. So you need to notice it, and once you notice this beautiful transparent butterfly, this is going to be absolutely life-changing indeed, because what is going to happen, you will just kind of you're going to use your own intuition, and once you use your own intuition, this is going to bring you the whole new turning point into your life. And the way the turning point is going to happen is just going to happen 2 or 3 days later, and by the time 2 or 3 days later, this is going to start making sense, like completely. And by the time we get to the end of April 2019, it is all about your own turning point that is going to come through this through this situation, and you're going to realize there are a couple of things that are going to start making sense, and this couple of things you're going to start feeling very, very passionate about, and this couple of things are also going to require you to change certain things in your life, and this couple of things also going to require like about couple of years, 2 years, in order to get where you want to get. But this is just the beginning, and this is something big, and this is something huge, and you are about to get this massive, very, very powerful ball. You're about to get this ball rolling, and this is important because it's just going to make you feel very optimistic and assertive about a certain stage in your life. It's just going to bring you so much optimism, security, and power, and it is just all about this particular direction that you are going to have. You know why I like it? Because this is the time of reawakening, this is the time of happiness, this is the time of grounding, this is the time when you're going to start feeling yourself, this is the time when you're going to start feeling your power. It's not only about you being powerful and powerful energy, but to have the right balance of you feeling powerful and you having that powerful energy, then you just get things kind of together. And once you get these two energies together, then you are able to see so much further away than you are able to see normally. And what you're going to be able to see and what you're going to be able to connect is just going to be completely different, going to be completely mind-blowing, but it is going to be directly connected to those areas in your life where you didn't see any productivity, or you didn't see any changes, and those areas in your life will just keep on bringing you down rather than anything else. Certain things are going to come to an end, but most certainly certain vavavoom things are about to start. Okay, because there is this is why I really like it. There is a certain communication breakdown going to happen with somebody, but this is actually going to happen at exactly the right time at the end of April, and that the communication breakdown is actually going to be very beneficial for your situation, because it's just going to make you to step away from the situation. You're going to think about it a little bit, and then it's going to kind of make you very indecisive. But that indecisiveness is really good, because at the same time it's just going to kind of as the time goes by, you're just going to start feeling very passionate about a new stage in your life, and also adventurous. There's a little mini adventure that you are going to have at the end of April as well. And the way that the adventure is going to happen, it's not happening just because it happened. It's just going to be something really mini. It's going to happen something that you don't normally do. It's going to be like a little bit naughty, but it's going to be a little bit nice. It's going to feel really good, and it's going to feel really right, and it's going to feel naughty, but in the right way to be naughty. So that's going to be your little adventure, and it's just something that only like about a few months ago, no, there is no way that you would do this, but now it's like, oh, hello. So this is the adventure that I'm talking about, something naughty but nice, okay? And that adventure is just going to kind of or at the same time become the whole new beginning in your life. It's going to have an unfoldment that is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. It's going to have an unfoldment that's going to make you realize something, wow, something really, really interesting about yourself as well. But at the same time, it is just going to kind of put a really big smile on your face, and you're about to realize what was missing in your life. You're about to realize what is missing, what was missing in your life for a really long time, and you're about to rediscover yourself yourself through someone else, and there is a passion, there is a new life, there is a new energy that is just going to start unfolding here. You are having a very, very powerful unfoldment here. You are going to have a very powerful lotus moment here, and once this lotus moment happens here at the end of April, nothing is going to be the same anymore, but in the best possible way. The whole new passion is going to like kind of start burning here, and those things that were like kind of like bringing you down, you know, it's everything is going to start making sense. And there's something very special and very beautiful that you are about to realize about yourself. What else I was going to say is just so important to ground yourself really perfectly this month. I highly recommend, like again, like a black tourmaline. You know, black tourmaline, this comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link is in the description below. And the black tourmaline is like, really is probably the most powerful crystal when it comes to the protection against all sorts of negative energy, psychic attacks, like negativities, negative people, negative vibration. It's fantastic when it comes to grounding. And the reason why I think it's just so important for you to have like a black tourmaline throughout April and May, because this is the time when you're very spiritual. This is the time when you're all over the place. This is the time when you're like getting all sorts of informations and messages, but then you will be like spiritually open so much. When you're spiritually open, you're receiving lots of messages, but at the same time you're vulnerable towards other like negativities or other like a passing by spirits and things like that. And you're like a catalyst for these things, you know, you're like, you have the spirit world around you all the time, like every other sign, we all do. But when it comes to you, that dimension is just like that one little tiny bit closer. And that's why I'm just saying black tourmaline is something that I highly recommend you to get, and the link is in the description below, my gorgeous babies. Okay, so now I'm going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to connect to those of you that are in relationship. Scorpio, come out to play. Okay, Scorpion relationship to that's April 2019. You're gonna need to be a little bit careful, because when it comes to your partner, you're gonna have to watch the spending. I'm not saying that your partner is gonna be spending like, oh yeah, they're gonna be overspending, but there is some kind of element of they need to be careful about with the spending. There is somebody going to be around them. Certain situation is going to be around your partner that is not going to be that good. I don't want to make you feel really, really worried, but just say to your partner to not to kind of invest into something really big, or don't make really big decisions, especially when it comes to money and things like that, because there is going to be somebody around them that I don't really like. But this is just a little message like that. On another hand, this is going to be the beautiful time of reconnection. It is a very important time for those of you that are in relationship, because there are a few different stages that you're going to be going through, and the few different stages that you're going to be going through, it's the beautiful reconnection. There's a strong reconnection that you're going to see, that you're going to have. You see this card. So before you have this reconnection, there is going to be disconnection. It's connected to some kind of disconnection, like something that went like about 4 months ago, within the last 4 months, certain disagreement. That disagreement is going to come back, that disagreement is going to bounce back, and this disagreement is going to require your attention. Not just yours, not your partner, but both of your attention. This disagreement is going to require. So there's going to be touchy, feely, just at the beginning of the month, but that in itself is pretty much needed, because your relationship is going to go on the whole next level, which means that there is a certain negativity that is actually going to have a really good effect on both of you and on your relationship. And also, on the other hand, your partner is actually going to surprise you quite nicely. Your partner is going to do something and it's going to surprise you, some kind of, and this, what's going to surprise you is just going to refresh your love. It's going to, I'm not saying that your love needs refreshing or anything like that, but there is going to be certain refreshment of your love. There is something going to be like some kind of spark that is going to happen. Your partner is going to do something, it's going to remind you of something, and that in itself is just going to be a really wonderful new beginning, because this is something that you needed in order to get that spark going. And the bottom line is, there is a big change. The big change that you're both going to have, the big change that you're both going to be thinking about, it's all going to be about the big change that involves you and maybe you, your partner, your home, and your immediate family if you have one, you see, but there's a big change that you're going to be thinking about, and it's all going to start making sense, and that is going to make both of you feel really optimistic about yourself and about your future. It requires a certain change, like a quite big change, but it's actually really good because it's time to do this. Okay, now I'm going to concentrate on those of you that are single. Okay, for those of you that are single, of course, you're gonna need to you're gonna need to let someone go. First of all, you're so deep, which means that there is in your mind, this is gonna be the month when somebody in your mind, somebody who used to be the part of you, somebody that used to be part of your life, somebody that used to be part of your journey is just going to kind of start bouncing back, and I would just kind of avoid this person because this is not the right person. Most certainly your spiritual journey with this person came to an end. So first of all is like kind of try to work out who this is still on your mind. This person may try to come physically back into your life. I wouldn't suggest, to actually do something. It's up to you. You do whatever you want to do, but I wouldn't suggest because the journey came to an end so you could like hurt yourself. Or this person is just going to kind of start being the part of your mind, and then you're going to start thinking about this person without even realizing it. And if you realize, that would be fantastic, because at the same time you need to kind of come to the terms this person is just not the right person. Maybe subconsciously you were just still kind of waiting for someone. So first of all, you need to realize who do you need to let go, and who is a spiritual journey like literally came to an end. But then what is going to happen, then it's going to be a very strange moment that you're going to be going through, and the strange moment that you're going to be going through is just going to kind of put you in touch with like a couple of unusual people. This couple of unusual people that you're going to meet, there's nothing going to be very so special about them. There's nothing going to be so significant about them apart from the fact that they look a little bit different and they're like a little bit unusual. And then there's going to be the certain realization that you're going to have when it comes to you and when it comes to your direction, when it comes to your certain turning point. And it's going to be about the materialistic side of life and about a certain option. Now that option that you are going to have is just kind of going to make you be a little bit absent. It is going to make you to like kind of withdraw from the situation like a little bit, but that in itself is just going to cause it's going to make you to make a certain decision, and that decision that you are going to make is going to require you changing direction when it comes to your daily activities, and that direction that you are going to make, that direction that you're going to add into your life, it's going to be the new starting point when this person, this amazing person, is about to manifest it in your life. But it's one step at a time. I know this sounds really weird, I know this sounds really complicated, but it's one step at a time, and this April is really important because it's a significant stepping stone for you. So first of all, karmically, you need to let someone go, and at the same time, there are like about 10 doors that are going to become available for you around you. Of course, you're not going to be able to see them, but they will be there. You will be able to see them. You'll be able to sense them, and that in itself is going to push you to change certain activities, to do them differently in a different area with different people, and that thing in itself is going to be the beginning of unfoldment when it comes to someone very special who is about to enter in your life. Okay, enter your life. Okay. My Scorpios, my beautiful, gorgeous babies, I can't explain enough how important this month is going to be. It is the time of power, it is the time of energy, it is the time of reawakening indeed, okay? My beautiful, gorgeous Scorpios, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, love, healing, and light. Okay, my babies, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium.